So in the year 1776, there was a group of 56 men who got together. Their goal was to find freedom. They were on a conquest for freedom for themselves, for their children, for their future generations. They wanted economic freedom. They wanted the freedom to be able to buy and sell what they wanted. They wanted the freedom to be able to worship the way that they saw fit. They wanted the freedom to be able to raise their children and their children's children the way they saw fit. But they couldn't because of the form of government that they were currently under, which was a monarchy from England. And so what they did, they got together and they said, look, here's what we want, but how are we going to get it? And so they signed this document. They carefully planned a document that came to be called the Declaration of Independence. Now, these folks, when they signed their names to this document, they did it at a cost. For some of them, it might be their own life. Some of them died during the Revolutionary War. But in all, 26 of these 56 men died horrific deaths. Some of them lost their families. Some of them lost their fortunes that they had worked so hard for so many years. Some of them lost their businesses. Some of them lost all of their crops, their plantations. Some of them were tortured. Some of their homes were burned to the ground. But this was a price that they were willing to pay for freedom. Now today we have a government that is trying to control our every move, trying to control everything that we do. And if you don't see that, then you need to really look and examine what is going on in our country right now. But here's the thing, there's something that we can do about this. Now, for some of us, it may come with a cost. We have a man who served in the White House for 4 years, and his only goal was for freedom for our country, religious freedom, economic freedom. Think about this. And it came with a cost for him. And so the price that he was willing to pay as the 45th president of the United States and one of the best presidents that we've ever had, probably the best president the United States has ever had, included having his home raided by the FBI, being dragged into court, and having to pay millions of dollars in court fees and fines and lawyers' fees. His children, his family, being targeted by the media every time they go out in public. But this was the price he was willing to pay because all he wants for our country is freedom. So the question to you is, what price are you willing to pay for freedom? And this is a question I have to ask myself, and you have to ask yourself. For some of us, it may be a couple dollars in gas to drive down to the local supermarket or the local farmer's market or the local racetrack and register voters. For some of us, it may be a couple dollars and a few hours of our time to stand on a street corner and wave a flag that says, Trump 2024. For some of us, it may be talking to your friends and asking them to please get out and support Donald Trump in this election in November. For some people, it may be losing a friend on Facebook. But is that a price that you're willing to pay to win this country back and to retain and regain our freedom as a country, our freedom to worship, our freedom to believe the way we want, our freedom to take vaccines or not take vaccines, our freedom to wear a mask or not to wear a mask? These are the things that we have to look at and say, is it worth the cost? And for me, I say it's worth it. So I challenge you today, if you're watching this video, think about the minute cost that it may cost each of us to secure our freedom in November and re-elect Donald J. Trump as president of this United States of America so that we can continue the legacy of freedom that our country has heralded across the world for many, many years. And on the 248th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, let's say it's worth it for me. It's worth it because of my children. It's worth it because of the future of our country, for me to get out and spend some of my time and some of my money to get this election back, to win the White House, to win the House, to win the Senate, to win your state houses, to win your governor's races. Let's do this. Let's get out. Let's work hard. Let's count the cost. Let's spend the few dollars. Let's spend the few hours a week to win in November so we can have our freedom back. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless these United States of America.